Aphro Kingdom. We're here with another episode of the Black Aphrodite Experience. And in today's episode, we talk about
telling others about our passions.
And about telling about our passions, we have to let people know that we're interested in these things because they can be our first supporters. But before we even get started, definitely like and subscribe to the channel before we get started. So you need to tell people about your passion because they're going to be your first supporters. Like, if they don't know about your passion, then who you think you're going to tell? The first people you're supposed to tell is your friends and family. And if they're not the first people you're going to tell, who you going to think you're going to tell? A bunch of strangers? And then your friends and family be like, you're into piano? I didn't know you were so good. Why did you hide that from me? Why did you hide it from me? She's so dry. I see that's why she ain't tell nobody. She ain't want nobody to know. But anyway, you want your first supporters to know that you are interested in these things because also, like we mentioned in the other episodes, they might be interested into the same things too. But you ain't gonna know if nobody tells each other we like those activities. Y'all can talk about all these other things, but y'all miss what y'all interested in. What kind of conversation is that? Like, you want friends that's well-rounded. Like, y'all can talk about school. Y'all can talk about what y'all dreams are. You can talk about that next movie that you want to see together, or the next activity when we're not in this stupid pandemic. But y'all be missing the talking about, I think I want to learn how to play volleyball. Like, why you don't tell them that? You just gonna be like, sorry, I can't hang out today because it's an event at school. And whole time you playing volleyball. Volleyball. I had air. That's why.
You had air?
No, I had air in my throat when I was to say the word, so it didn't come out right. So you just gonna miss y'all hang out because you want to do volleyball, but you don't want to tell them that you want to learn how to do volleyball. So they was like, why they been missing out like for 3 days out the week. Like, what they doing? Like, they up to something. And if you got some real friends, they be searching and be like, let's go to their house and like see like what they been doing. And then you be like, what the hell? You see her with the bag? Is that volleyball? When she started playing sports, girl, last time she played sports, she couldn't even put the ball in the basket. Yeah, I don't want the friends doing that because they can clown you. Because you didn't want to tell them your passion and that you was interested in volleyball. Whole time they couldn't be like, for our hangout, let's try to hit the ball correctly over the net. Because, like, you don't want to look lame during the game because the scouts going to be looking and be like, yeah, we don't have to worry about her going to college for that because she can't even play right. And there's so many other benefits for telling your friends, your family, and other people. The second reason is because you might be able to get resources for the activity. Maybe you might have a teacher or a mentor, a parent, a family member, or other people that just learned about your talent and say, oh, I know so-and-so, and they used to coach my sister volleyball, and she was able to become better. So when it was time for the actual game during the season, she was way better than what she was doing over the summer. So it helped her. But you can't get no help if you don't tell nobody about your passion. For Khiya, like, she said she liked chemistry. Well, then the best person I would like suggest her is like my friends who are good in science, who are already in the medical field, or our other sister who's in the medical field in college, and they can tell her about things she need to prepare for, what kind of exams they had to do so far to get into that class. Even though she probably won't go to the same college as them, she will at least know that for the most part the medical field is similar in U.S. standards. in all the states. And she'll get a better idea. So then she'll really know if she really wants to pursue that in college. So she don't have to wait to go to college and be like, I thought I liked science, but I didn't like it enough to be actually taking those classes. So, and then she spent the rest of bless you.
Thank you.
And then she spent the rest of the semester questioning if she even want to continue doing science or being in the medical field. Or she'd be like, I wasted all my high school years doing science, and then I come to find out I don't even want to do that. Like, I want to draw. Wouldn't that be a mess? Because you still got to pay that tuition. So that's 2 reasons why it's important to tell other people about your passion, because people give you resources. They'll be the first wins, the first people who are going to support you in those career efforts. Like for me as a writer, I told my friends I like to write, and then I showed them before I even got the blog out. I had a book of like poems I had written, and then I showed them, and they said it was good. And then I was like, "Oh, you really like it? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep practicing, and I'm gonna see if you like these ones." And they kept saying they liked it and they wanted to see more. So that motivated me to keep writing, keep creating content, because people said they liked it. And I'm like, well, if my friends like it, I'm gonna see if my family like it. And they said, I told my mom and my grandmother about my poem, and they said they like it. And then they came to my events when I did spoken word, and they supported me. Actually, I won the competition, because after that, I told my family about the event I was going to share a poem, show my poems. I ended up winning the competition because the majority of the people at the daggone event were my family. So I won some cash at night. But I probably would have got some applause. But I don't think I probably have won if about 15, 20 people in my family and family friends that showed up for me because I told them about my passion of writing, and they went to the event and they applauded for me. So I won the event just because of that. If that don't convince you to tell others about your passion, I don't know what is. So now after you have told your immediate people, your family and friends and family friends about your passion, and your teachers, they'll be your immediate circle, then now it's time to share it to the world. Because by the time you share it to the world, that's when it's either a hit or miss, or it gives you a closer chance to be well known. So if you're in the arts or you want to be an actor or actress, then now you want to put it on a platform. I mentioned in one of the other episodes, I asked Khiya, did she put her art online so other people can see it? Because I said, did she tell your friends? And she said yes. And I said, well, did you put it online? And she said 1 or 2 pictures up there. Like, whoop-de-doo. 1 and 2 pictures, but not tell you about your work. And these days, if you want to be an artist, or maybe you want to go to be hired as an artist, they're going to look at for your portfolio. And these days, you can easily make a portfolio online. So you can do it on Instagram, you can make a page on Facebook, you can put it on Pinterest, you can put it on different social media. You don't have to literally have a book. That's also good. Having a physical book of your art is good, but it's also nice to actually put it online, because you never know who's strolling into your Instagram account, checking your work and seeing oh, I see your work, and they actually specifically like it. Then if you got it on Facebook or on Pinterest, and sometimes Instagram, you know how to share it, they will share it for you, especially if they like it that bad. And then if your friends saw it, usually you be like, can you share for me please? If they don't know that you want it to be shared. Sometimes your friends be nice enough and they don't know that you want to share, so they just say I like it and comment, but they don't share because they think that it's invading your privacy. No, you say, no, go ahead, share my work, because I want people to know about my work. I want them to know that I'm interested in science. I want them to know I'm a writer. So they share it, then they follow, their timeline will see it, and then it'll keep going. Especially if you keep getting better and better, and then you start getting feedback from random people. You get the best advice from random people because they don't hold back. They don't know you, so they ain't trying to say your feelings unless they conscious enough to be like, even though I don't know that person in real life, I'm gonna be nice to them. Some people just cold online, so like it's just like being in New York. One way to know if you good and you got talent, go to the Apollo and try to sing that song. If it ain't good by the first 5 seconds, they booing you. They throwing eggs at you. They are not going to keep listening to you. This is not Americans Got Talent, because they at least get you like 30 seconds to get your stuff together. New York is going to be like, damn, she can't even walk right. I don't like that beat. You cried that one note wrong. They tell you get off the stage, and then the salt man come. And you gone. Like, you be like, but give me a second. I'm just getting warm up. Let me get there. And they be like, get off the stage. I don't want to see you no more. Like, you did me. Brush off. But now we got online, and like, it's just as cold as that. And then you don't have to waste your time. You can do this at your house. And if you ain't good enough, don't worry about it, because they already know you. They ain't gonna see you no more once. They don't see no more posters of you. But then, if you're like me, or like other people who's motivated, like, oh, you didn't like that? Let me get better. Let me find that mentor that they do like. Or find your audience. It should motivate you to do better or be specific with your trade. Because like, not everybody might not like your writing or your artwork, but there's someone that will. I mean, it took me a minute to find my audience. Like, my audience is aspiring women of color to be themselves, and that we don't have to be one stereotype, we don't have to be one title. We can have titles that don't even go together, because that's our personality. But that will motivate you to do something better, or to like look in different platforms or different areas to find your passion. And then when you create something, then you can go to those the interest-based events that we mentioned before, and then you become that author that people want to buy things from. You won't be the one buying from them. People buy from you, and then eventually you will have other up-and-coming writers or artists or people in the same field or passion that you're interested in. It comes to you as for you to be the mentor. Oh, when we mentioned in the last episode about getting a mentor, like, if they can benefit from you, if you can benefit from them, then they are more willing to be your mentor. And you got to create a relationship with them. So then, when it is your turn to become that mentor, you most likely want this.
I had the audacity to get in my face.
Yeah.
You said you most likely.
You're most likely to do the same thing when somebody asks you to be their mentor. So far, I have a few people ask me to be their mentor, and I'm one of those people, like, I can give you advice, but I'm not doing the work for you. Like, I'm gonna give you the resources. Like, I use Blogger to do my blogs. I did have another site, but Blogger was more convenient, and it was beneficial for me because, like, a lot of people use Google. So for the most part, if they Google a certain topic, and that's in my title, or was one of the hashtags I put onto connected to that article, was like, it's gonna pop up, and people easily find it. So I would definitely say, if you're gonna start a blog, and it's not your website, that's your personal website, not the free website. Go to Blogger, because everybody's gonna like be able to get a chance to see it, because like it's all around the world, US, Europe, use Google all the time. So you're gonna have a lot of people be able to just Google different topics and different name title that's a part in your brand and you find it. So, Khiya, now that you have known that you did what?
That's it.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Okay.
So, Khiya, when you did the test and you learned that what you had thought you was interested in was proven that you like science, how do you plan on sharing that newfound passion to your friends or family?
I don't know.
Okay, you can't just say I don't know.
I don't know.
You have any ideas?
No.
Okay, think a little deeper. Goodness.
I mean, I can do science experiments at home.
Yeah, that's a good way. And then you can show it live on like FaceTime with your friends, or you will show it on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
Okay, what about your other passions? Like, even though found that you got confirmed that your passion is in science, you also like to write and draw and paint. Like, how do you plan on sharing that?
I can take pictures and send them to people or post them.
Okay. Goodness. Girls like pulling teeth trying to get you to say something. So, Queen Goddesses, we have a question for you. Since the beginning of the episode, we did the career. I don't know what she did. We did the career assessment. We talked about getting involved in after school activities at your school or campus, going to the community center, going to interest-based events, and now sharing your passion. I want to know, how do you plan on finding your passion that you saw earlier in the season? Did you believe that it was accurate? Did you actually share your new passion already and you just don't know how to like put out in public and let people know, like strangers know, that you also interested in the same thing that somebody else was interested in too? Definitely leave a comment in the comment section and let us know. And let us know how you plan on sharing your passions with other people, especially your closest friends, your teachers, and your family. Because we want to know how you've been sharing your passions with others so far. If you like this episode, definitely like us and subscribe to us, because in the next and very last episode of the season, we're going to make vision boards, and we're going to actually put those passions onto an actual board that we can use within the first. We'll create vision boards for the first or to the 5 years since you created it, and how it can benefit you. And you'll learn more about how vision boards work. And then we also talk about my vision board. See you in the next episode, Aphro Kingdom.